Hi folks, I'm Jeff from RV Diagnostics. We're going to get ready to do a windshield wiper issue on a Class A. It's a 2016 newmar. I've been doing a little bit of work to it, but I'm going to have to go through it with you a little bit to show you what's going on. It's got a smart wheel. They've been around for years. There's a 2-spoke and a 4-spoke. So let's open this baby up. I'll tell them. I got to go up top. But anyway, this is a smart wheel. Okay. And what they got rid of was a lot of the buttons up here where you would operate your windshield. So you got lights, right? You got your cruise, cancel, on and off for the cruise. You got your lights again, but you also got windshield washer, off. Right there's your like a delay. And there's your high and low. Okay. So that goes out to this module outside under the driver's. And what I did, I turned this thing on real quick. I mean, and then arms went up a little bit, and then I heard a click, click. I said, oh, shut it off. So there's the arms. And I was playing with it last night, so I'm going to make a video right now. But we got to be careful what we're doing because right here's the module. All right. And that's the SM211. I'm used to the 206s and all, but they've been around for a while. So there's all your input signals. These are some of your outputs, heavy gauged wire. So that's how the steering wheel controls your lights and all. All right, so let's take a look here. That seal's a good seal there. All right, so I was surprised that this did not have a slide-out generator. Well, there you go. It's not a power slide-out. I don't see it. Okay. Well, there's the wiper motor. So what I did, this is the connector to it. That's just like any wiper motor. It's got a park switch, it's got a power, it's got a ground, and of course it's got a washer pump assembly. All right, so let's get back up here. This is your washer right here. So these are pretty hefty arms, and they weigh. Now, as soon as I turned this on, the arms went up, and they locked, and it started click, click. I said, oop, shut it off. So what I'm going to do is I got to disconnect. I already took the bolt out right up here in that shaft right there. If you see it, the bolt's missing right there. It's pinch. Here's the bolt there. So I did that last night. So today I got to pop this off, get it down. I got to check each arm. Now I'll tell you what they did. At the factory they did this, and I understand why. See, there's 2 bolts here holding the transmission on. This is the transmission. All right, well, you take these 2 bolts out. You see the rivet right there? Right there. I got to drill that out because it's holding this arm. I was going to drop this. That would isolate this side right here. So one of these might be binding. All right, because it's taking a lot of amps to get that thing moving. All right, because that didn't sound good to me. So I'm gonna put you on pause, and then we're gonna drill that out. That's what I got to do. Drill that rivet out. And that's a factory thing. It's easy for them to measure, set, pop it, and then put the bolts in when it's all up in there. All right. So this is Jeff from RV Diagnostics. I'm gonna drill that out, and then we'll continue the video. All right. I'm gonna show you what I did here real quick. I separated that arm from this gearbox here. All right. So I'm going to see how easy it is. Now, this is a little stiff right here. All right, so that ain't that bad. All right, I can free that up a little bit. Let's see the arm. I'm going to show you. You're checking for binding sometimes. Sometimes where the shaft comes through here, it binds. All right, so I just grab that arm. I pull it away from the window, and I go like this. That's really easy. So now I got to do this one. All right, I got to get that freed up and see. Remember, this is the shaft that comes through here, and sometimes they get corroded down in here and all. All right, but this one's good. That's the passenger side. we want to confirm if anything's binding, okay? All right, here we go. Okay, let me show you what I did. Kind of running out of flashlights here, but it's all right. I took the rod off of there. All right, right in front of there. I'll show it to you in a second here. This is this one, this eye bolt. So I'm not going to mess with any of these measurements right here. All right, so that's free. All right, now, okay, I'll show you. We're going to check each arm for binding. See how it goes up in there? So I'm going to pull that little arm. Let me see if I can get a nice, nice set here. Okay, let me put you on hold. All right. Now we got some light on the subject. All right, so you grab this arm. That's pretty good. All right, but I'll show you here. It's outside. I got this away from everything so it won't hurt nothing. So I grab it like this, pull it off the windshield, and that just goes free. That's really easy. That's a lot of weight, all right? So now I'm looking at the motor and the gearbox. All right, because that drew a lot of amps. It didn't pop a circuit breaker, but remember, when's a 20 amp circuit breaker pop? Not at 18. All right, so I'm gonna feel this here. Get this one off, because I don't want the motor spinning and messing things up. All right, so, all right, pause again. Okay, see this arm here? And we'll take that off now. All right, so here we go. Put you on pause. Right now the motor, you don't need to look. The motor's free. All right. Remember what I said yesterday, this connector here, that was getting hot. So maybe the motor itself is binding up, or the gearbox or something. But remember, we got to worry about something here. I'm going to have to take this box apart out here to make sure none of the traces on the circuit board. All right, the smart wheel control box did not burn the trace. All right, so thank you, and put you on pause again. Hopefully I'm not making this too messy for you. All right, here's the washer pump out of there. That's not working either. I'm going to show you real quick. This is a snap-on type of tool. It checks amps, volts, and all that, so I need to select the right one. It's like a power probe, all right? I got one of them too. So when I touch this switch, it applies 12.9 volts, okay? So I've got the part number on this, but I'm going to show you right here is a positive signal. So that's positive, that's negative. So this happens to, I'll put you on pause real quick. That's on negative, and that other one's a positive. Now, when you touch these, the continuity or the coil inside, that beeps. That's telling me that's good continuity. It don't mean the motor works. So I'm gonna apply voltage. Ready? And the motor's not doing it. It popped. A little circuit breaker in there. But it's auto resetting. All right, so that's part of its problem. All right, now let's go over to here. All right, remember, both of these arms are pretty free. So all we got left is the gearbox. And I really don't like how this ground is here. I had it right up there. I would have probably made a better ground. I don't know. So I'm hoping this thing worked prior to all this, but here's the ground. All your whites, mainly in a RV, are ground. So that's all your ground cables. All right, so I might have put one up on this and then on the motor. But there you go, right there. All right, so now what we're going to do is this thing moves pretty good with nothing attached to it. All right, but it does sound like it's still binding a little bit in the motor. All right, so we're going to go and we'll look at this module right here and make sure no traces are burnt in it. And I'll look it up, see if there's a wire diagram to it or whatever. But that's my next step. I got to turn all the power off. I have them hooked up to Shoreline back here. I got 30 and 50 amp service inside the garage. So y'all welcome to come down, help you learn how to troubleshoot. Okay, let's go into coach, turn everything off. All right. And okay, she's off. Still got a little bit of work here to do, but it's all right. We're getting there. All right, folks, it's been a long day for me. I gotta get on that heat pad. I'm gonna take this module out real quick. It's in by Robinson square bit. Let me get my big old Darth Vader saber here. All right, so my next thing is to get that off, and then I'm gonna call it quits. All right, folks, I got the module off the side. It's electronics bay. Usually most of them on Class A's are outside the driver's position. Well, how about turn this around? There's your driver position. Usually it's out here full of electronics. That's what I call the electronics bay. All right, so I did the simple test. I smelled it. It's not smelling good. Some of y'all know what the electrical burnt smell is, okay? So I'm gonna put you on pause and open this box up. All right, folks, open the box up. I don't see no burnt traces or nothing. And what I do is I put a light behind it. I'm gonna show you here in a second. Try not to blind you. All right, so this lets me see the circuitry behind the board. All right, so it's looking pretty good. All right, you look at all these little pins right here. These black boxes right there are relays. So these are the ones that are going to control the motor. That's a capacitor to stop suppression, and there's how you program it. And there's your other relays to control other stuff. So I'm going to look this module up tonight. Looks like he made it out. I smelled a little bit, but we are inside of electronics bay. So while we're here, we're going to check all these grounds right here, positive. We're here, right? Make sure they're tight. You grab them and give them a good tuggy. All right. So pretty much right now I'm thinking the gearbox is bad up in there, unfortunately. Of course, the washer motor was kaput, as they say in German, broken. So thank you very much. This concludes this video on the wiper motor system controlled by a smart wheel 4-spoke, which is also known as a VIP control module series 2 SM211 series. All right, so let me show you and talk about them. You can go to Smart Wheel VIP control and you'll look at these. They have all this in there, information, 2-spoke, 4-spoke, and that revision 1.2 is its upgrade. All right, so thank you very much. This is Jeff from RV Diagnostics. This was a long day. I'm getting ready to call it quits. I'm trying to get him out here as soon as I can. I know he's anxious to get his RV back, but we have to find these parts because of what we're going through. And we all know that what we're going through last year and this year is going to happen again. RV parts are harder and harder to get, even some basic automotive parts, even basic supplies. So we'll do our best to get all this. So there's 4 ways to get a hold of me. 1, you're watching a YouTube channel right now, RV Diagnostics. Thank you. Give me a thumbs up, subscribe, put some comments in there. Let me know what's going on. 2 is the website, www.rvdiagnostics.com, where I do one-on-one with you. All right, that's going to be in a link down below. Also, the Facebook page, RV Diagnostics and Troubleshooting, which is getting closer, 17,000 members. I didn't even dream of this thing growing that fast. So March the 13th of this year, 2021, will be my 3rd year. Thank you very much for everybody that helps me on there. And please, folks, when you post something on there, check the search engine first up top. All right, and the 4th way to get a hold of me is at my garage where I'm at right now, RV Diagnostics. And it's in Seaford, Delaware, 19973. And if you want to get a hold of me, email me at jeff@rvdiagnostics.com. And also you can message me on Messenger, Facebook. And you can also leave me a message, hey, here on YouTube channel. So once again, folks, good night.